to the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning, here we are, the start of a brand new week. Elbow greet to you. Happy Monday, and thanks for joining us, you beautiful early risers. It's just gone 7 o'clock on this Monday morning. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. It was Father's Day weekend.
Are you doing Papa Bear?
I felt like a Papa Bear this past weekend. Treated very specially, thank you very much. And how about you?
Oh, buddy, still feeling special, my boy. Little fake movie ticket.
Yes.
For son and dad, a movie screening in the lounge.
Oh,
5:30
man.
little boxes of popcorn. We sat there. Oh, it was sweet, man.
That's very
It was the
special.
cutest thing. So thank you so much to my amazing family, to all the families that went the extra mile
Absolutely.
to show some love for Papa. It's just one day of the year.
I just had like a
one.
massive breakfast buffet prepared for me, and I just felt like a king.
Felix
man.
dragged you out of bed because Jack came to you like, come. Just
No,
pulled me downstairs.
not like that.
Oh.
Not like that.
Oh, very
but
sweet.
it was an absolutely beautiful one, and yes, like Graham said, to all the families out there that celebrated their papas, happy Father's Day weekend to you. Also, on the sporting front, man, what a bad time it is to be an Arsenal fan right now. But you know what? I'm standing by my Gunners, man. Standing by the Gunners. It was terrible.
We'll chat a little bit more about that. But how nice is it to watch live sport?
Hey,
come
hey.
on.
On
Small
the
mercies,
flip
buddy.
side of it,
But
right?
I saw your face when you were promoting the footy after the previous Arsenal game. You're like, yeah, English football's like,
I was keen on this
Trying
weekend
hard.
thinking we'd bag 3 points against Brighton, but my goodness. Okay, well, we'll
tough
have a
times.
look at some of the sporting results from the weekend with you. Also, do share with us what were some of the highlights that you enjoyed over the weekend from a sporting perspective. But of course, we've got lots more. Jared Ricketts is in the house, and every Monday
morning,
we've got our Gospel Mondays. He's prepared some beautiful songs to supercharge your spirit and get you up and ready for
Inspired, because
the
it's a Monday.
Inspired, yeah.
It's a Monday. We want to give you that launching pad. Also want to help you feel and look your absolute best. So let's work on that style right now. Say a very good morning to our gorgeous ladies. How you doing, gang?
Good morning, boys. Jamie Dominic reporting live for duty. Yes, I'm in the beauty room, and it's time to reboot your winter wardrobe with some classic knits, some coats, and statement style pieces. Now, Hoot is giving you the ultimate fashion cheat sheet to leave you feeling cozy, confident, and oh so cute, everybody. Now, as you can see today, I'm dressed in this ribbed viscose blend polo neck, and this is from the Woolworths Classic Collection. And I've paired these with these cotton stretch pants from Studio W. Loving this fit. This look is absolutely perfect for, you know, the colder days, and it's leaving me feeling extra sleek and also comfy. It's also the perfect outfit to wear for a collaboration. And today we have all the reason to celebrate. Ladies and gents, it's my honor to introduce you to our new fashion and beauty editor, Nox Mafu, everybody. Come in, darling.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, welcome to the team. How does it feel?
It's really exciting. I mean, to be honest, I've always felt like a bit of part of the family, but it's really great to have it official. I mean, it's an amazing family to be a part of.
I am living for you. You know why? Because you already dressed me to the T.
You know.
Take South Africa through this look and why you were
Yes.
inspired to create this look for me this morning.
Well, I think, you know, firstly, you look absolutely incredible, nice and cozy for the morning. But I think let's just start with those fine tailored pants that we've started with. I think they're really comfortable. And because it is a cotton blend, you know, I think you can find there's a lot of stretch with it. And you feel professional, but it's tailored and effortless, which is great for work if you need to style it up or style it down, you know, for a more casual late lunch if you were to do so. But let's go up a little bit. So you're wearing this beautiful polo neck, which is great for the more colder mornings, and it's beautiful to kind of look like a statement piece, but also very chilled, and the colors are complementary to your skin. There's a range of them. So I think when we're shopping the 40% sale, which is happening,
Hold up, say it again a bit louder for everybody at the back.
Hold up. In case I didn't tell you, there's a 40% sale starting from today on selected men and women's fashion. And I think this stuff that we have here is from there. And guys, you're gonna look incredible. It's a great way to start buying your staples and essentials. But I mean, from today to the 5th of July, you have the ability to kill your wardrobe with these amazing things.
So why are you holding back the back? Girl, I know you try to give me something this
You
morning.
know, I'll always come with gifts. I mean, you look incredible, but I think let's take this look up. So I got this incredible tan coat, and I think I'd love for you to wear it. But this is a lovely, lovely coat that you can add to just step up your style, to stay cozy, but also, I mean, if you look at the way the colors are coming in and the cut of this incredible blazer, you can see that you are prepped for any work situation. You can go out with the gals and have lunch, and the layering is impeccable. And I mean, I think
I don't know why I feel like Olivia Pope right now, guys. I don't even know what this
Take
is.
it to the top, sister.
Can I tell you, South Africa? She's the one. Like, knocks him out for everybody. Fashion and beauty editor here to elevate our looks. But of course, you at home, be bold, you know, be cozy and shop all your winter favorites at Woolworths and get 40% off on selected women and men's fashion and footwear. And this offer is valid until the 5th of July 2020. And you can shop this in-store, online, or on the Woolworths app. Knox, I love you.
I got you, and I've
Guys,
got you.
It's time to catch up with the rest of the team. Morning, guys!
Good morning, Knox and Jamie. You guys are looking so chic. How's that look, man? Cat?
Hey, the trench coat is a mainstay of the winter season, man.
Yeah.
The more of those you have in those classic colors, like the beige and the blacks and the navy blues, I think the better.
And of course, don't forget you got that 40% sale that you guys need to cash in on. So don't forget to warm your souls up this winter. Now, this morning, of course, it's social media time. We're chatting to you guys out there to find out how many of you are actually getting involved in meal prepping. And do you have any tips that you can share with us to kind of make meal prepping easier, make it stretch that much further? Kat, have you ever been a meal prepper yourself?
Not strictly, but boil as many eggs as you can and then eat those for like a week or so. It's got like a dramatic way of having your body almost eat up all the calories, the extra calories that you have stored, and then you've got like an overload of protein through the eggs. I don't know, I'm not an expert in that, but I do think that it's a...
Cat's
it's a
top tip of the day, man. Look, I must say, I'm a specialist in this kind of field. I
Yeah.
was poor when I was trying to pick up weight and get into the fitness game.
Oh,
so
yeah?
I learned all the tricks of the trade and stuff. So what I would do is I'll make a massive, massive pot of food
Yeah.
with all the protein, carbs, and essential that I need for the day, and then just freeze it. And
Okay.
then undo it every time I want
Yeah.
to eat for the day. So
So that's the way.
try that out, maybe. Save you time and energy.
Okay. So you were poor then, now you're rich. Now,
No.
Now you bad.
A little
bad,
bit
man.
less poor.
Now you balling, you know.
Now we can
Now
put
you eating
sauce
that
on our-
Wagyu steak for your protein, Kyle.
Anyway, guys, let us know what is happening. Heading over to the news now with Graham.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Let's start on our national front. The South African public at large is nearing the 100,000 mark in the COVID-19 pandemic since the first positive case on the 5th of March. Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize announced last night that 97,302 cases had now been logged, of which 4,621 in the past 24 hours. The country is also nearing its 2000th COVID-19 related death, with 53 more deaths recorded since Saturday. The Western Cape still leads with some 53% of all COVID-19 cases, followed by Gauteng with 21.4% and the Eastern Cape with 16.2%. Then staying in South Africa, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula last night pleaded with the taxi associations not to shut down today, as some have threatened. He said, and we quote, "This is not the time for war." On Friday, the government gave the taxi industry a once-off R1 billion ex gratia payment to help buffer the impact of the country's coronavirus lockdown. But the South African National Taxi Council General Secretary, KP Chabalala, said they expected 200,000 rand for each vehicle and not 3,500 rand. Balula added that government is debating changes to the country's lockdown regulations to allow for 100% capacity in taxis. Then on to our international focus. The man being held on suspicion of a stabbing rampage in a park in Reading in the UK that killed 3 people and wounded 3 others seriously is known to MI5. Security sources have said 25-year-old Kayiri Sadala, originally from Libya, was arrested at the scene on Saturday. Counter-terrorism police initially arrested Sadala on suspicion of murder, but he has now been rearrested under the Terrorism Act. Police say they are not looking for anyone else regarding the terror incident. Then bringing it back to the continent, Malawi goes to the polls tomorrow in a historic presidential rerun. That after a court overturned last year's elections and ordered a fresh vote. The country's constitutional court ruled in February that President Peter Mutharika had not been duly elected and mandated a new poll within 150 days, citing, and again we quote, grave and widespread rigging. So the landmark verdict made Malawi only the second country south of the Sahara to have presidential poll results set aside, that after Kenya in 2017. Political scientists predict that Mutharika is unlikely to be re-elected. And now, news of a publication called Remembering Cheetahs. Charity picture book series Remembering Wildlife has announced the 10 winners of its cheetah photography competition. The winners were chosen from more than 2,500 or 2,400 at least entrants, with the winning images showing cheetahs in Kenya, Namibia, Tanzania and South Africa. The images will be published in the book Remembering Cheetahs later this year, alongside pictures donated by world-leading wildlife photographers. Competition entry fees will be distributed to cheetah protection projects in Namibia and Kenya. Slightly more than 7,000 cheetahs left in the wild. Remembering Cheetahs aims to create awareness of the threats to wildlife. It's the 5th book in the Remembering Wildlife fundraising series. The aim of the creators is to make it the most beautiful book ever seen on a species, and to use that to raise awareness of the plight facing the animal, also funds to protect it. Other books in the series are Remembering Elephants, Remembering Rhinos, Remembering Great Apes, and Remembering Lions. The series has so far raised $1 million for conservation, which is no mean feat. And now finally taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment. Prince William had an extra special Father's Day yesterday as he celebrated both his 38th birthday and Father's Day in one go. In celebration of this, Kensington Palace released new pictures of William taken by his wife Kate Middleton, hanging out with his 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. And the palace also released a picture of a young Kate being held by her father, Michael Middleton, in light of Father's Day. The royal couple recently had their first public engagements amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, with William visiting family-run bakery shop Smith's, the bakers, and Kate checking out the Fakenham Garden Centre. The Duke and Duchess visited each independent business to hear how they've been impacted by the coronavirus and how they're returning to a new normal as non-essential shops start reopening in parts of the UK. Certainly we wish those here in South Africa doing the same all the best as they establish their new normal, but that's where we leave our news headlines for now.
Molweni nonke ndiyathemba niyaphila. It's the start of a brand new day. It's the start of a brand new week. And one way of doing it right is by knowing exactly what's happening with the weather outside. And starting off the morning with your morning pictures is honestly one of my highlights, because I know it takes out that inner photographer in all of you, and we truly appreciate it. Such as this stunning sunrise image of the sun projecting through the clouds sent in by Eddie and Hannah Thompson from Vierfontein in the Free State. Vierfontein starts off the day at 0, reaching a high of 19. Here's a picture of hail in the streets of Steenberg sent in by Brent Scow. The mother city can expect a minimum of 13, reaching a maximum of 19 today. Thank you so much to both Eddie and Hannah and Brent for sending in your stunning sunrise pictures. We hope that you have an awesome start to your week. Now, although South Africa is no stranger to hailstorms, the vicious storm that pounded Saskatchewan in Canada a few days ago turned a summer day into a virtual winter wonderland as chunks of ice the size of tennis balls ricocheted from the sky. Wind-driven hailstones caused the death of sheep, shattered windows and windshields, peeled the siding off homes and coated the ground several inches thick, making it a monochromatic icy landscape. A video showing hailstones the size of tennis balls during the storm went completely viral. But luckily, back here at home in South Africa, we are still experiencing some fine and cool conditions across the country, mainly clear skies for Polokwane with a low of 4 degrees, reaching a high of 19. Bombela, it's a partly cloudy day at a minimum temperature of 8, reaching a maximum of 23. Pretoria, your temperatures range from 4, peaking at 19. Hazy and chilly day in Jozi Maboneng, Johannesburg, at a minimum temperature of 2 degrees, reaching a maximum of 18. Mahikeng 721 are your temperatures for the day. Klerksdorp 418 and Kimberley 0 is the start of the day, reaching a high of 19. And Bloemfontein follows suit with 0, reaching a high of 19 degrees. Richards Bay 1423, Pietermaritzburg 622 and Durban, South Africa's playground, a low of 14 is the start of the day, reaching a high of 23. It's also going to be a sunny day in Mthatha with a maximum of 21, but starting off on a minimum of 2. East London, Emondi 12.22, Cradock 0.21, and Port Elizabeth, the Friendly City, starts off at 12 degrees today, reaching a high of 21. It's a partly cloudy day in George at a maximum of 21 and a minimum of 10. Cape Town, the mother city, 13.19, Worcester 7.20, Sutherland starts off at 1 today, reaching a high of 15, and Uppington 6.25. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good start to your morning and your week.
Well, if you're not having that, we're about to have it right now. You know that every single Friday, Jared Ricketts, and of course, he's very capable accompanist, Roderick McKay, very talented indeed, the two of them are. They present you with 3 song choices that you need to then choose for the following Monday as your spiritual upliftment for the start of a brand new week. So you vote via Twitter, or you give us your hashtag Gospel Monday decision on Facebook. And then, of course, the winning songs are then performed. So the winning songs are in, and Jared is ready to sing. Here he is with Have Your Way in Me.
This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you. All I have within me, I give you praise. All that I adore is in you. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Lord, have your way in me. This is my desire to honor you, Lord, with all my heart. I worship you. All I have within me, oh, I give you praise, and all that I adore is in you. Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Lord, have your way. Lord, have your way. Lord, have your way in me.
Oh, man. What a fantastic way to start off a Monday. Thank you very much, Jared. Thank you very much, Roderick. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and that certainly offered you some spiritual upliftment for the start of this brand new week. Make sure that you do stay tuned, because we will have more from these two gentlemen a little bit later on right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to this Monday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's great to be in your company. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new week.
What a start it's been.
Right.
Hey? Wow, Jared, thank you so much, Mr.
Feeling
Ricketts.
very good after
Beautiful,
that.
beautiful start. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
So, we are celebrating Yoga Day, International Yoga Day, in fact, today to highlight the effects of yoga on the health of people, something we document a lot on the show. Yoga is derived from Sanskrit, which means to join or to unite.
Yeah.
To bring together.
Absolutely. So actually today's workout is a yoga session with Roxy Barton. But yoga did originate in ancient India. Just a little bit of a history lesson there. Now outside of the country, it has developed a posture-based stress relief and relaxation technique, while in India, it is still used as a form of meditation and kind of spiritual core strengthening.
I think also in South Africa, I think we've also adopted that. Well, today's quote comes from BKS Iyengar, who was considered one of the foremost yoga practitioners in the world and is referred to as the father of modern yoga. You want to hit us with that?
Absolutely. And the quote reads, "Yoga is like music. The rhythm of the body, the melody of the mind, and the harmony of the soul create the symphony of life." Man.
Love that.
Wow. That's
start-
absolutely beautiful.
Can start contemplating that, and remember that we will have an opportunity to go through that right here on your show, so you can start your breathing as we speak.
Ready for the workout?
I'm ready.
The Feel Good continues. Now, yesterday, the 21st of June, the world celebrated International Yoga Day. This day is celebrated in more than 150 countries every single year. Now, in view of the global coronavirus pandemic, the 2020 theme was Yoga at Home and Yoga with the Family. Now, all major mass yoga gatherings had to be cancelled, but many people took to online platforms to share some of their routines. This morning, we have invited well-known yoga instructor Roxy Barton to lead us through an easy home workout as we commemorate International Yoga Day. Roxy Barton, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's our absolute pleasure, Roxy. Now, as we celebrate International Yoga Day, why would you encourage people to practice yoga, especially now during the very stressful COVID-19 pandemic?
Well, yoga is really, really good for many things. So we think yoga is mainly just for the body, but it's really, really good for stress, anxiety, for the body, and for, of course, the mind, which is why we have International Yoga Day now, is to bring awareness to the benefits for the mind.
Roxy, listen, many people, like myself, are confused about how to start, how often they should practice, as well as how long. Maybe you can help us with some guidelines for beginners.
Well, the lovely thing about yoga is you can start absolutely anywhere. You don't have to go to a studio. You can start at home. You just need a mat. If you don't have a mat, you can use a towel, which will work just as well. But a great way to start is just to start. So a lot of my clients that come to me, when they walk through the door, they're already 90% on their journey. And there's no competition. You are told to listen to your body. So, and you can be any body size as well. That's another misconception that people don't realize. There's no rules. There's no competition. It's the goal is to connect you to your body and to listen to your body. So even the poses, you can change them up for what works for you.
I love that. What would you then say, how is yoga different from stretching or any other kind of fitness? Because I like to get the heart pumping, but now and again, I like to just be centered and focused and then just be at peace.
Well, yoga is different because we connect to our breath. And by connecting to your breath, you bring down your nerves. So you engage your central nervous system and you calm it down, which is really, really important, which we tend to forget through breath work. So with the yoga, you'll see I'll introduce a little bit of breathing to help calm down the nerves before we start.
I need that before the show sometimes. So, okay, let's get right into it. I'm ready. I'm excited. It's my first ever yoga class, so go easy on me, okay?
Hey, I'm so lucky to take you for your first class because you'll always remember your first yoga class.
Yay! Are you ready?
So come to a comfortable seat on your bum. If you struggle to sit cross-legged, you can always come onto your knees too. So whatever's most comfortable for you. Okay, so we're going to start by closing the eyes and bringing our hands either to our lap or our thighs, so you can decide where you want your hands to be. Whatever's most comfortable for you. So on our inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders towards the ears. On the exhale, roll them down the spine. Let the air empty out the lungs. Okay, inhale, lift the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, let it go out the mouth. seat. We'll start with a little breathing exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to empty out. Inhale through the nose for the count of 3. I will count you. Hold at the top, so we're retaining our breath. Then we'll exhale out of our mouth for 4. So you're really trying to lengthen your exhale here. We'll hold empty at the bottom and then inhale through the nose and repeat the cycle. This will bring us into our bodies, into the present moment right now, and keep the monkey mind from wandering around. So we're trying to bring our concentration to our breath. Great, so let's empty out. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3. We hold our breath at the top. Allow your body to relax. Out the mouth, exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. The lovely thing about this breathing exercise, you can do it absolutely anytime. Before a big show, before a presentation, you can always come to this breath. We're going to keep breathing, so connecting your breath and your movement. Bring your arms over your head. Nice. As we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. We're going to bring our left hand to our right thigh and our right hand behind us. There we go. So staying straight through your spine here. And we're going to gaze over our right shoulder. These twists are amazing for detoxification. They cut off blood flow to your internal organs, and then when you release the twist, it flushes out all the toxins. So we're breathing here. Great. Inhale through center, arms come overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Great. So we find stillness to keep the mind from jumping around. We're concentrating on breathing in and out of our nose.
Yesterday I did some nice cardio, so I'm feeling a bit stiff this morning, and I did a bit of squats and weights, so I can feel my body was very stiff this morning. But this is also a nice stretching exercise just to release all of that, and I can feel my muscles, less tense as well. Already feeling so at ease. We're going to do part 2 with Roxy Barton in a little bit, so don't go anywhere.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Yo, welcome back to it. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show is live, large and in charge on a Monday. Yeah, yeah. Hey, that was pretty good.
I like that, man. I like that.
I didn't even practice that. It's that time of the day where we wish you, our beautiful, loved viewers, a very happy birthday. And of course, today, you're celebrating your birthday with a very special living legend, Meryl Streep, who turns 71 years old today. Happy birthday, Meryl Streep.
She's been on the screen since
My
I
word.
can remember, Kat. Wow. And she's still looking as glamorous as ever. Oh, now, the American actress known for her versatility and accents, Meryl has been nominated for 21 Academy Awards and 32 Golden Globe nominations, and she's also best known for a role in The Iron Lady, which she won the Best Actress Oscar Award. Oh man, now happy birthday to you, Meryl Streep, the greatest living actress that we currently have in our time. Oh, what a day it is. And now we're turning to you beautiful people at home to celebrate your
Not before we
birthdays.
drink to Meryl Streep.
Ah, yes, man. Oh, super M for Meryl. I like that.
That just happened. Happy birthday, Meryl.
Cheers, Meryl. Happy birthday to
All right,
you.
let's get to his birthdays. A happy 10th birthday to CJ. The message goes, may God bless you many more. We hope that you enjoy your first two-digit birthday. We love you, and this is from the Gartse family.
Ah, happy birthday to you, Christy. You're looking extravagant today. Now we've got Liesel. I guess it's not only wine that matures very well. Just look at you, Lizzie. Now keeping bold in the corner where you are, and a happy 21st birthday to you, Liesel Johnson. From your boy, Major. Oh, I like that, Major. Nice message indeed. Happy birthday, Liesel.
Monsieur. A message that says, wishing our mother and granny Louisa a happy 96th birthday. Who would have thought that 96 years could look this great? We can only thank God for the grace upon your life. May you be blessed with many more to come. We love you lots. And this is from the Felix, the Stellenberg, and the Janssen family.
Ah, Louisa, another 4 more years and we hit that milestone of a century, and she's looking young enough to do so. Now, Nomantemba has the happiest of 13 birthdays today, and it's my daughter, Nomantenda. May you forever sparkle and shine like the star that you are. May the good Lord bless and protect you always. I love you, sweetheart. Happy birthday from your mommy, Nomzi, and that is to Nomantemba. Happy birthday to you.
Nomantemba. Then I wish my husband, friend, confidant, and the father of our kids, Jackie Fitzpatrick, a blessed day. I thank you for everything you have done and still are doing for us. May you live to see many more years. And this is from your wife and kids, Tato, Alicia, and Tyrese. Happy birthday, sir.
And to the rest of you all that we haven't mentioned, have an incredible birthday, guys. I hope you're having a special start to your week. And if you'd like to send your loved ones a birthday message, send us your birthday videos to 071 640 6551. Or, of course, you can email your wishes to birthdays@cordova.tv. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Woo!
Happy birthday!
And everyone's just like, woo! I know one is celebrating their birthday in studio, but if you are celebrating your birthday, happy birthday. Also, Meryl Streep, eh?
I know.
One of my favorite movies, Devil Wears Prada, of course.
You know, one of our go-to movies, like when you're just feeling in the vibe, you have to watch a movie. It's my fiance's favorite movie, so I've watched that movie 10 times. 10
He's
times.
truly over. He's just like, I've
I
watched
know.
it 10 times.
And now I'm gonna probably watch it again today.
Yes, you have to, because it's her birthday, man. Now, before we get into cooking, remember that Woolies, along with the Gift of the Givers, have teamed up to distribute food care packages to families in need. Each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, as little as 10 Rand can provide one person with 3 meals for a day. So if you'd like to get involved, just simply scan the QR code on the screen using the SnapScan app or your banking app and donate today. Any donation will make a difference and will help someone in need. Remember to encourage your family, your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, and your chat groups to just please do the same. A little goes a long way. Now, straight into our ingredients, straight into our meal for the day. How does a hearty beef soup with melt in your mouth, slow-cooked chunks of beef and vegetables simmered in a savory broth sound? Well, it is the perfect antidote for the cold winter days, and Chef Clem is going to show us just how easy and economical it is to make, Chef Clem.
So,
From the outside, I'm seeing samp. Is there
yeah.
samp in here?
Well, there's a bit of like barley in there. There's a bit of everything. It actually depends on which one. Let me tell you about the deal first, right?
Please,
The
let's
reason you're
start
seeing
there.
so many things is for the Eat In promo this week. We're talking like everything soups. So you can mix up. You can either get the beef shin or you can get the chicken breasts. You can get the various different soup mixes, and some of them got like all your favorites that you like in a soup, it's in there.
One
So
packet.
One packet is all you need. And then you also get, because they love you so much, they get you the concentrated stock. Now, if you don't have these in your cupboard, you're missing out.
You're wasting your time.
Yeah, this is like traditional recipe, chef recipe, like methods of making this beautiful stock concentrate. And these will live in your cupboard forever. So this week, get either one of these three, mix and match. You can get the beef stock, you can get the mushroom stock. Just get these, and this is the quickest way for you to have. I call them stoops. It's half stew, half soups.
Oh,
And
I see.
That's more
I like
comforting
that.
for me.
I like that. I
So
like
this is what
that.
we're going to do today. We're making this beautiful, beautiful veggie soup. We're using beef in it. Beef shin is amazing.
How long does beef take to cook, Chef Tim?
Well, beef differs because if you're using like something that's a normal leaner cut of beef, it'll cook a lot quicker. This is beef shin, and if you think where beef shin comes from, it comes from the leg part of the beef. So it's quite dense and worked, and it's got a beautiful red color because of the hemoglobin that works through the muscle. That's flavor, but because it's a hard-working muscle, it's tough, which means it needs time to cook. So I would cook this for about an hour and a half.
Okay,
Yeah.
make it a little tender.
You want it to be tender
Yeah.
because you want that meat to shred through your soup.
Yeah.
And you want to release the bone marrow that's in there as well to make it
course.
extra, extra rich. So this is going in. So it's so weird. Like I asked people on social media this weekend, what's the one recipe, like what are some of the recipes you want to see me prepare for this winter, like on the show or like on social media? And a lot of them came through with like soups. And I was like, I thought people were maybe like over soups and they wouldn't think soups are amazing, but they were all like, no, we want more soups. We want to
think-
find out how to make it more creative. And I think this is how we do it.
Soups are just a really quick way and a very
Yeah.
warm way to get through winter. And I think it can never be outdated in any day. So this is perfect, Chef Clem. You know, putting people on great deals from Woolies.
Yeah.
I mean, all of this.
It works out so well. And we're also talking about how to stretch food this week, how to cook once and make it last. Soups are a great way because just like curries, soups get better the longer they're actually like chill. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, and this recipe is all about time. And you'll find most of the recipes that you're able to cook in big batches and like make work throughout the week do take time to make. But you make it once and you eat for like 5 days. And that's what we're doing.
And earlier on, Raul asked the question on social media if people do a lot of meal prepping. And I don't think it's only, you know, it's only for people who work out and are
No.
watching their diet, etc., etc. It's also to help, you know, kind of maintain what you have in your cupboard.
For sure. Especially if you're kind of going back to work this week or if you're still working from home. Just having a backup plan or having meals sorted, it's just one less thing you need to worry about every day. And that's what I love about the combination that Woolies put together, where you can kind of mix and match what your family likes, what you like, and make it work for you throughout the week.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay, so the thing about beef shin is there's a lot of flavor in there. And if
Yeah.
you can brown that, and I mean like brown.
Proper brown.
Yeah.
Is that on high heat?
It's on a high heat now. So once it's really, really brown, you can see I'm not there yet. Normally people turn it over and they're like, okay, cool, that's brown. No,
It needs to go
brown.
in.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of want little bits of the meat to stick to the pot. Then you know you're doing a good job. So get that on a high heat, and once it's nice and brown, you can turn the heat down. So let's start
Okay.
building on this flavor. So
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it over now, but like I said, at home, you're gonna wanna brown that like really, really well. And I like using beef shin because there's a lot of meat on the bone. And value for money, how much meat you get, like how much you're paying per kilogram, it's a lot of meat. So budget cuts like this, I call them budget cuts, really work for you, and they got so much flavor. Okay, soup meat's going in.
Now, while we are building on the flavor over there, make sure to head on over to our website, expressoshow.com, to just get your hands on this incredible, cost-effective recipe.
You're not gonna regret it, it's so
Not
good.
at all,
Okay.
not at all.
I'm using our chicken stock because it's the one that we have. You can also use the beef stock, like I said. The mushroom stock works so well. It's got like intense beefy flavor.
I can
Mushrooms,
imagine
yeah,
mushroom stock.
adds so much flavor to it. Then all we gotta do is season. Salt and pepper, a lot of pepper. I love pepper in my soups. Top it with some water, and we just let it go. We let
Ooh,
it go.
so much water.
Yeah, because remember, the water's going to absorb the flavor of the meat, of the stock, of the veggie. So the water's going to be that canvas that carries all the flavor through for us, which is amazing. So 1.5 hours, you forget about it. And then you come
Just
back.
leave it there.
You leave it. But now, to make it amazing, take some Parmesan cheese. This, you buy it now and it'll last for a super long time. So don't go crazy with it. It's a nice shaving over the top. This adds like savory notes, saltiness. And we finish it off with a bit of, this is a soup called soup pesto,
Super pesto.
which we just finished with beautiful pestos over the top.
Just look at that. Voila.
Voila. We're
I
done.
think pesto on anything
On
makes
anything.
it elevates the taste.
Next
Chef
level.
Clem, thank you so much for putting us on. I will not forget about that.
Yeah.
In the next hour and a half, it's going to be ready. Make sure to head on over to our website, expressoshow.com, to get your hands on this recipe.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. You are live with Expresso, live sport.
Ah, yes.
Need we
Say it
say
again.
more? Of course,
Say it
our
again.
focus firmly on New Zealand and the UK. Most noticeable difference, probably fans in the stands.
Absolutely.
Aotearoa, the Te Reo, the Super Rugby New Zealand style, of course, selling out crowds as we speak, in some top-class rugby being performed. And then still behind closed doors, the English Premier League ramped up to another gear. Our friend in sport, our friend in all things Liverpudlian, our just friend in general, sports journalist Ryan Frieda now joins us to unpack it all and to continue gloating, I'm sure. Morning, buddy. Good to see you, bro.
Morning, Graham. I'm well, thank you. And good morning, Kat. How you doing today?
Hey, Ryan, I've been looking forward to this chat all weekend long, man. Great to see you. Great to see you, fam. Listen.
No, you haven't.
Oh, no, to be honest, I've been dreading it.
I'll deal with you in a bit.
All right. Let's kick things off way down under by taking a look at some of the action from the Super Rugby Aotearoa down in New Zealand. Victories for both away sides when the Blues were home to the Chiefs and the Canes were, of course, home to the Crusaders. What did you make of that action that you saw there?
Yeah, so I think the Blues are probably the romantic favourites of this competition.
Sure.
But the Crusaders are the true favourites of this competition. I mean, just the from a tactical perspective, from a technical perspective, their player personnel, I just think they're miles ahead of the Blues at this point. But that's not to say that the Blues haven't been playing really good rugby. I just think that the Crusaders' experience in big competitions like this, their legacy of success in competitions like this, gives them the edge of the Blues. But I'm certainly happy to see a resurgence of sorts from the Blues, because I mean they're one of the tournaments kind of like founding. I'm talking about Super Rugby now, kind of founding teams, and their legacy and history speaks for itself. So it's great to see that there's a resurgence of sorts there. And Bowden Barrett, man, what a player! What a player!
I'm glad you said his name, because it kind of gets you thinking of the glory days, the Carlos Spencer days. Can we be forgiven for thinking of that era in Blues rugby? Is Bowden going to make that much of a difference for the Blues?
I think he's actually better than Carlos Spencer. I mean, I'm a massive Carlos Spencer fan, but there's no question that he had limitations to his game, and the game has changed a lot since Carlos Spencer played. But Bowden Barrett, for me, is a more rounded player, he's a more refined player. You can ask him to do things tactically that Carlos Spencer couldn't, and that for me makes him better. So no disrespect to the king, but Bowden Barrett for me is just a more rounded player. I mean, it's probably at the stage in his career now where you're asking, is he as good as Dan Carter was? I think that's the benchmark. And I think a strong case could be made that he is, and possibly is slightly better than Carter.
You eat your words, buddy. You eat those words. So we might see Dan come off the bench pretty soon, and we'll get to find out exactly, you know?
Absolutely, you can make that comparison then. But of course, the Crusaders also back on the pitch for the first time this season, and they're looking absolutely
phenomenal.
Superior.
Unbelievable. The Crusaders, like I said at the start of the segment, the Crusaders are the most rounded team, certainly in this competition. And then if you look more broadly at Super Rugby, there as well, there's just no discernible weakness to their game. They can play in a number of different ways. So they need to be expansive and chase a game. They can do that, but they've built their success on a fairly pragmatic approach. And I think, you know, the Sharks were doing well in Super Rugby just before that competition ended because of the lockdown. I think they're probably the most compatible side at this point, and it was sad that the competition closed because the Sharks were on a roll. But the Crusaders at this point, they're just a little bit ahead of everyone else in this competition. I don't see anyone beating them in this New Zealand comp.
Yeah, man, 5 tries to 1 in their opening encounter. Springbok, or rather All Black laden side, certainly delivering. And I would also agree with you there, definitely the pre-tournament favourites. Let's shift gears now to the English Premier League. Start with our early match.
Must we?
A bit of a frustrating one from a Spurs perspective. But I think the way that the match was set up, Mourinho was always going to be comfy.
For Spurs to set up like this, for Spurs to set up like that like they did at home was embarrassing. This is a team whose legacy is attacking football. Sure. And Mourinho is turning them into a shadow of themselves. So I think you're being a bit generous there. For me, this Manchester United team had vulnerabilities that you could exploit, and I think Spurs are the attacking weapons to exploit that. For them to sit back and allow Manchester United to attack them and try and hit them on the break. Sure, the goal came that way, but I want to see United use all of the tools that Mourinho use all of the tools at his disposal, because that team is laden with attacking talent. Look, United were good. They weren't unbelievable. I think they'll be exposed by better sides, but Spurs have to embrace the identity, and I'm not sure Mourinho is the man to do that with him.
All right, so I'm going to do something special. I'm going to duck out. I'm going to chat to Roscoe Speckman in just a moment. But what I'm going to do is
leave me to the Wolves.
I'm just going to throw this one up in the air there. Let's talk a little bit of Arsenal and Brighton, shall we?
Wow.
It's all yours, right? It's all yours.
Yeah, I'm at the mercy of the Wolves. Have at it, Ryan Fred. I'm sure you've been waiting to talk about this one. A very embarrassing defeat for the Gunners there against Brighton. And it looked like it would go the way of Arsenal at some point when Nicolas Pepe's left foot found the top right-hand corner. And we all like, yes, what a finish. But then, wow, what a comeback, dramatically so from Brighton.
Yeah, look, Arsenal I've taken you on enough already, but on a serious note, Arsenal are looking, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd have serious concerns. That first match, David Luiz cost you that game, but even before the sending off, Arsenal was second best, and then I thought I saw glimpses of the old Arsenal, whatever that means, against Brighton. They were controlled. They controlled possession well. Tactically, they didn't look as vulnerable as they did in the first game back. But just that mental fragility there. As if I was an Arsenal fan again, as a neutral observer, watching that, I always felt like Arsenal could concede at any point. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. I just think the spine of that team needs reworking. They need a really world-class defensive midfielder and world-class centre-back, or maybe 2 world-class centre-backs. And then there's attacking kind of pieces that you can puzzle together there to make a really decent side. But at this point, defensive fragility is Arsenal's biggest concern.
Yeah, I sense the hashtag Louise out very soon going to trend on social media. But of course, that's a story for another day. Right, unfortunately, that's all the time we have, man. Of course, the KG affair with Everton and Liverpool in the Merseyside derby ending in a goalless draw there. And, of course, Chelsea also taking the victory against Aston Villa in the game last night. And we've got a full Premier League roster awaiting this week. Liverpool in action again at home to Crystal Palace on Wednesday night. And, of course, Manchester City taking on Burnley at the Etihad tonight. So they could be possibly doing Liverpool a huge favour if they were to do one over City, because Liverpool only needs 2 more victories, and then that's it. That's wrapped up. That's the league. Ryan Freder, thank you very much for joining us. Do you, of course, at home, let us
pleasure.
know which were some of your favorite highlights from the weekend of sport.
So they just pumped me with morphine the whole day. Now, for anyone who has ever seen Roscoe Speckman play rugby, you'll know that when he gets the ball, magic is about to happen. That's why we have dubbed him Speck Magic in the world of rugby. He's excelled in sevens. He's now excelling in the 15s format of the game as he continues to chase the Springbok dream. The 31-year-old speedster currently represents South Africa in the Blitzboks side and the Bulls in Super Rugby and Currie Cup competitions. Roscoe, of course, has been inspiring us with his home workouts during lockdown. Now joins us to chat about what he's been up to during this crazy time. Roscoe, good morning, brother. How are you doing?
I'm all good, Graham. Just keeping myself busy every day, especially in this time now of lockdown. Just make sure I'm staying fit, and when the gates open, I will be ready.
When that gun goes off, you'll be off, man. It looks like, obviously, with our coverage of some of your fitness routines, that you've kept yourself busy during lockdown. You managed to adjust. How have you been able to transition into the training? Because now you guys have been told to be put on standby. Are you the kind of person who can train on your own? Can you motivate yourself? Do you need the group around you? How have you transitioned?
I must say it was very easy for me just to do it on my own, because most of the time as a youngster I knew this was the way I had to grow up also and do everything on my own. And my dad disciplined me when I was young, doing hill sprints every day after school, even in the morning before school. So I was already with that mindset when the lockdown comes, I won't be scared to train alone. But sometimes you miss the guys for that motivation, just to give you that edge, just to set one more rep and things like that.
Yeah, man, you eat hill sprints for breakfast, man. You were joking off air saying you're still clocking kind of 10, 20, 30 hill sprints a day, which is insane to me. But of course, you guys have had your mental strength tested beyond anything else. How have you managed to wrap your head around the fact that you're going to be without sport for a little while longer? How are you coping with not being able to actually play the competitive side of what you do?
I think this is a time where you relax and focus more on, like for me as an individual, working on that small things that I was always lacking of. Like I will go through the games and just analyze what am I doing wrong sometimes in situations. So but this time it's more study. I'm studying myself, and for the next step, if something happen again, then I will be ready for any situation life throw at me. Even now after rugby, you put things into place also, and to see where you're good at and where you can excel as a rugby player, and also maybe as a business person.
Well, so you might come out of this a better player than you were going into it. And of course, in your illustrious career with the Blitzboks, you've enjoyed a camaraderie with some amazing players. And sadly, we had to say goodbye to one of the veterans, an absolute legend in the team, Cecil Africa. A legend in the format of sevens, undoubtedly, globally. Massive loss to the sport. How did you react to the news?
I was also shocked big, but if you look at 12 years, what the guy have done for sevens rugby in South Africa, that guy was always the go-to man. If you put the TV on it in sevens, it's always Cecil Africa. So that guy changed the whole game, the way he attacks, his vision, the way he kicks that last conversion over where everyone thinks, nah, he's going to miss. He just come to the party in times like that. And what a guy that also showed me when I played sevens. He was a guy I always go to when I struggle with something. He was said, nah, this is A and B. If you can just work on the basics and look at this signals on the field, you will be ready when it comes, when you have that time again.
Who are you missing the most at the moment? Who are you staying in contact with your teammates?
Me and Siviwe Swapi, we're very close, so we will often have a group call.
The OGs, man. I've got to ask you lastly, of course, we're going to see some rugby returning to World Rugby this weekend. Are you a little bit jealous of the New Zealand teams?
I'm really jealous because they are going to go out there and do something that they love. And we're just sitting here, so we must watch them now do the things that we also love. But at the end of the day, it's rugby. It just showed if everyone stick to the rules, and then our government can also set us free and play again.
Maybe an opportunity for you to do some more homework on the New Zealand teams as well. Even Dan Carter's making a return, which is fantastic. But so good to see you, my friend. Of course, we'd much rather be seeing you out on a field. So good luck with your own personal journey here with training. And we'll also be counting the seconds until you can get out on that field again. But thank you so much for connecting with us, man.
Thank you very much for inviting me on this awesome show.
Absolutely love him. Well, of course, we will see some rugby returning to the international fold as the New Zealand teams do go out to play amidst some restrictions. But of course, we are really counting those seconds until our South African players and our teams can get back out there. But as Roscoe said, so much of that depends on what we do as individuals, how we adhere to social distancing, to the rules that have been set in place. So let's play our part.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful people. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're live on SABC3 at the start of a brand new week. Thank you so much for choosing to wake up on the right side of feel good. And of course, our cups are loaded. Yes, they are. Look at them. They're there and loaded. Our Omas are out. Yes, they are. And it's time for another round of the 5-second game. And today, it's a show off between the sports guys. I'm talking about Raul Demoni, our fitness machine over here. Raul Demoni. Yeah! And the crowd cheers. And of course, we've got Ryan Friede, the sports journalist on the other end, joining us via video call. Yeah! All right, guys. Just like when you dip a Oma and you've got to think quick before the rusks break off. These are the rules for the guys. Before the rusks break off your cup, the game requires that you think very, very quickly. And I'm going to ask you a series of sports-themed questions. And you have 5 seconds, Ryle and Ryan, to give 3 answers. That's what I need, 3 answers. And you know, the winner takes home peanut butter Oma rusks. The winner takes it all. Is it a deal? Is it a deal?
Got you.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh, I'm nervous, Tom.
All right, let's get on with it. Okay, let's start with you, Ryle Demoni. Name 3 sports that involves water.
Life-saving, swimming, water skiing.
Yeah, correct.
Yes!
Perfect. Okay, Ryan.
Ryan, this is not a game, brother. This is not a game.
Okay, we are not going to be giving violent threats to our guest here. Ryan, name 3 sports that require wheels.
Motorsport, MotoGP, Formula One.
Hey, isn't all of that the same thing, sir?
No.
Okay.
These sport journalists, they tricky ones, these guys.
That's a bit sneaky, all right. Ryle, name, listen to this one very, very, very well. Name 3 muscles.
Bicep, tricep, deltoid. Come
Well
on,
done.
Dad.
Well
My
done.
game, man.
Okay, Ryan, name 3 sports equipment items.
Kettlebell, dumbbell.
You can do it. You can do it.
you're out of time, Ryan. I'm sorry, we've got to move on with it. Ryle, name 3 athletes.
The athletes, Usain Bolt, Roscoe Spickman, Lucian Alberton.
No! It doesn't
He's
work
like a dancer. He's like world class.
You don't just randomly throw names around and hope that it
Lucian,
lands on
you
the
were
right
dancing,
thing. No,
man.
it doesn't work like that. Okay, cool. Okay. Ryan, this one's for you. Name 3 South African sports teams. Should be easy.
Bulls, Sharks, Chiefs.
Correct. Well done. Hey, that was good. Name 3 famous stadiums, Ryle.
Wembley, Anfield, Crystal Palace. No. Stadium on Light. Stadium on Light.
Okay. I've never heard of that particular one, but all right, we'll hear at the end of it. Ryan, name 3 sports tournaments.
Super Rugby, FA Cup, Premier League. World Cup.
Nice, Ryle.
Ryan's good,
List
man.
3 ways to keep fit.
Running, walk, hiking, jogging.
Okay,
Swimming.
jogging is running. Okay, we'll give it to you for swimming. Okay. Ryan, just 3 places where you can exercise.
I need any other question.
You see, these journals, I told you.
I'm sorry. Better luck next time round. We keep it moving, we keep it flowing like the Omar Rusks in a cup
Tubbs
of tea.
Master, you are a ruthless game master.
Name, last round, okay? Name 3 exercises that are suitable for Omar.
For Omar, cat camel, a static bicep curl.
Time.
Omar,
time.
let you down.
Time. Okay, and then Ryan, last one for you, sir. Let's see if you can save yourself in this game. Oh, Ryan, what are 3 things you say when you score a goal?
La Duma, yeah. Let's go.
Let's go. I like it. I do have to ask you to redo the La Duma again with as much vigor as you would if you just scored a goal. Let's.
La Duma.
That's how it's done. Okay, let's hear it from our independent auditors sitting upstairs, just one floor above. Auditors, who's the winner? It's a tie. It is a tie. But in this instance, we're going to save 1 box for you, Ryan, Frede, and we've got another box of Omar Yum Peanut Butter Rusks for you, Ryle Dumwani. Congratulations, gents. You've done really, really well. Very, very impressive stuff there. Yeah, in this case, the winner doesn't take it all because, I mean, there's a bit of a tie. But, Ryle, have yours. No, have yours. Just one. Ryan, I'll keep yours for you. But listen, there's something really exciting for you out there at home. It's a new week and a brand new chance for you to win with Omar Rusks in our 24-hour dipping challenge. It's inspired by the lockdown, and this week we want you to send us a photo of you dipping a Omar whilst working from home. Easy. The 3 people who send in the best photos will win a coffee plunger and Omar Rusks hamper worth 500 Rand. Post your photos on the Expresso Facebook page or Twitter page and make sure to include the hashtag Anytime is Dipping Time. Enter before 11 o'clock on Thursday. Remember the T's and C's, they do apply. And of course, you can find them on our website. That's www.expressoshow.com. Happy dipping!
Our favorite Omar Rusks just got a whole lot more yum with the all-new peanut butter flavor. Anytime is dipping time.
It's just gone 3 minutes past the hour. Here's a look at the news headlines on this Monday morning. On the national news front, the High Court in Pretoria has ordered the Small Business Development Minister, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, to redraft the criteria used to determine which businesses receive coronavirus relief funds so that they include race. The minister must also include gender, youth and disability in the criteria. Moreover, the High Court ruled that the BBBEE criteria used by the minister as it currently stands is too vague and therefore unlawful. The court has dismissed the DA's bid against the use of the BBBEE criteria in determining which businesses receive assistance. Now, authorities are investigating the circumstances surrounding the alleged theft of over 3.2 million rand from the Unemployment Insurance Fund COVID-19 Relief Fund. The money was allegedly transferred unlawfully to an employee of the consulting firm CSG Resourcing and other individuals. The National Prosecuting Authority secured a preservation order at the High Court in Pretoria after the funds were paid into the bank account of an employee at the firm, after which money was moved to various other bank accounts. Now, the money was meant to be paid to 200 employees of different companies by CSG Resourcing. On the international news front, World Health Organization officials say the coronavirus sequence in the latest Beijing outbreak is most likely related to the European strain, as it appears to be a human-to-human transmission and not another cross-species infection. This a day after Chinese officials released data showing the gene sequence of the COVID-19 virus that broke out in Beijing's Jinfadi market last week. Experts believe that imported frozen foods used at the wholesale market could have been contaminated with the virus during packaging or transportation. Back on the African continent, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi says his country has a legitimate right to intervene in neighboring Libya and has ordered his army to be ready to carry out any mission outside the country. Al-Sisi's comments came amid high tensions over regional rival Turkey's intervention in Libya, supporting the internationally recognized Government of National Accord in Tripoli. Egypt, which shares a 1,200-kilometer border with Libya, supports the eastern-based Libyan National Army's General Khalifa Haftar. Earlier this month, Egypt called for a ceasefire and proposed an elected leadership council for the country. And now, great news regarding a beloved kiddies TV program. Now, schools and daycare centers have been closed for months across the world because of COVID-19, cutting children off from friends and leaving parents in the role of teachers. Now, those globally adorable characters from the beloved children's television program Sesame Street have come together to help kids cope with a world turned upside down by the coronavirus pandemic. Now, Elmo's World News, airing over the next few weeks in 13 languages across Latin America, Sub-Saharan Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, will share activities and advice on how to manage big feelings such as frustration and sadness. Executive producer Scott Cameron says the universal message of the show is the importance of play, as playing helps the little ones, because it is such a powerful way for kids to express things that they might not otherwise be able to do. And now, turning our gaze to the world of entertainment, one celebrity who has been passionately vocal about the Black Lives Matter movement and the impact that the death of George Floyd has had on his family and society at large is superstar singer Beyonce. Now, in her continuous pursuit to highlight Black excellence and the Black experience in America, this past Friday she released an empowering new track titled Black Parade, which celebrates this excellence and touches on the world's current events. Now, Friday was June 19th, which is commemorated by the African American community as Juneteenth, the day that marks the true ending of slavery in the United States in 1865. Now, while it has long been called to become a federal holiday, the general feeling of civil unrest led to many, more than ever before, celebrating the holiday in 2020. Now, sharing this on Instagram with the song, Beyonce wrote this caption saying, "Happy Juneteenth weekend. Please continue to remember our beauty, our strength and power. Black celebrates you, Black Parade celebrates you, your voice, your joy, and will benefit Black-owned businesses." On her website, she added, "Being Black is your activism. Black excellence is a form of protest. Black joy is your right." And on that note, that's where we leave the news for this Monday morning. Stick around to your Feel Good Breakfast show. There's still much more to come.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in for the final hour of the show this morning. Going to have a little bit of fun in the kitchen now. We've got a recipe with all the nutrients and vitamins of Clover Fresh Milk packed into a flavoursome winter dish. Quite a cool one. Our fresh milk zucchini cannelloni bake. A recipe great for batch cooking and freezing as well, which is quite cool. So taking comfort in knowing that you have a meal on standby for any day of the week when you need it. Nix, this smells amazing. We've got our finished dish looking beautiful here, but I'm looking at some wonderful fresh and vibrant green ingredients going into our cannelloni. What's the deal?
Yeah, so this is actually a really great option if you are vegetarian or you're also cutting out gluten in your diet. Because like usually cannelloni is made with pasta sheets, but we're replacing it with baby marrow.
Zucchini sheets.
Zucchini,
okay.
yeah.
Very clever.
We've got some spinach here that you roughly chop. I've just used some Swiss chard spinach.
Okay.
And then we've got some ricotta going in, some smooth ricotta, some spring onion.
Mild cheese then, okay.
Yeah, it's a very mild cheese. You could use feta if you don't have ricotta, or you could even make ricotta using your Clover milk as well. Super
Oh,
easy.
wow, of course, yeah, with muslin and...
Yes, the muslin cloth, yes, you know exactly. So we've got some peas in here for some extra nutrients and some fiber. We're just going to mix
so
this
nice
up.
crunch, nice textural elements.
Exactly. Some salt and pepper, a little bit of lemon zest just to bring out those beautiful flavors in that greens. You know, I think lemon and peas go so well together. So while I'm busy...
Almost activates the flavors, like we use salt to activate other flavors, that lemon zest also, that sourness,
100% Graham.
To amplify the flavors that are already there.
So just mix this all up, and while I'm mixing this up, I've actually got a little bit of our Clover medium cream milk on the stovetop there, getting nice and warm, because that's going to be your white sauce that we're going to make. And what I love about this recipe, it's probably the easiest white sauce recipe I've done in a very long time. And you've done a few.
We've had a couple of cool Facebook Live white sauce lessons.
We have. So this is like a gluten-free option. So I've got that on the boil here. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. So what you do, Graham, super easy. You got some grated cheese. You take corn flour, so that's your...
Corn flour as opposed to normal flour, okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
So you're just gonna mix that all up. And corn flour is also instant thickener. It thickens a lot quicker than it does with flour.
Okay.
So we're just gonna give this a quick mix. And then because this is warm, when you add your flour mixture, it's gonna thicken immediately. So you gotta take a whisk and you just whisk it in.
Stay on it, okay.
Yeah. Super, super simple. And we're gonna let this thicken a little bit while we get our cannellonis on the go.
Start ribboning, and you'll be interested to know that milk that you poured in that pot there has undergone 55 quality tests to get to this point. And I love the fact that the Clover milk has a longer shelf life now in the fresh milk variety, which is great.
Yeah, whenever I hear my friends, they actually tell me that they buy Clover milk as well because they know it lasts longer. So like all my single friends, like living on their own, and they're like, and I was like, yeah, I know all about it.
Lady, yeah.
I know all about the longer. It really does help. So we're just going to take our mandolin. You can use, as most graters have, like that shaving option, or you could use a peeler as well.
Normal peeler, yeah.
To get them beautifully thinned. So we're gonna just take this away. It's a nice investment.
I mean,
nice
you can
tool.
slice it, but trust me, this is a lot easier.
A lot easier, and you also want it to be thin because you want to roll it. So if it's too thick, it's just gonna keep snapping.
Snap, okay,
yeah.
Sure.
So then you take your beautiful filling. I'm actually gonna use a little spoon here, and you put it in the middle, and you roll it up, and you just start stacking them there.
Oh, it looks so cool.
Yeah, it's
green
actually
just pops here.
It's beautiful.
And you're being quite generous with the amount that you're putting in there. It doesn't have to kind of fit all in there. You can let it kind of spill over.
Exactly, Graham. Like you said, it can spill over. You want it to be like abundant, and you want to fill those tummies. So don't be shy. So you just add that all in, and once it's nice and full, like we've done that big one over there, you just take your mixture, which is already thickened up beautifully. You just pour it over.
Oh, that took just minutes. Cool.
Pop it into a little bit of cheese on top, pop it in the oven for, I'd say, about 20 to 30 minutes, just till nice and golden, and you serve it right up.
Perfect, yeah. And I mean, it's not a problem if any of those vegetables still have a little bit of a bite to them. You don't want to cook away too much of the goodness. But then we say you can just slice it up, put it into little kind of portions, bang it in the freezer, and you've got yourself a handy meal for every single day of the week.
Exactly.
You can find this recipe on expressoshow.com, where we've got tons of recipe inspiration, some great ideas, some links to other cool videos as well. So go and check it out. But I think after a meal like this, maybe we need to just work it off a little bit with some yoga fitness. And we've got Roxy is back with us now to take us through another yoga routine on International Yoga Day.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.
Well, the Feel Good continues. It's part 2 of our yoga session with Roxy Barton. Roxy, I'm ready. What do you have for us?
Great. So now we're going to cross our legs and then make our way onto our shins. So we're coming onto all fours. Look down at your hands. Your hands should be underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And then if you have a look between your legs, you shouldn't be able to see your feet. Okay, so on the inhale, we're going to drop our belly, tilt your tailbone to the roof as you gaze forward, drawing your shoulders back. Great, beautiful. On the exhale, tuck your tailbone under, draw your navel in, draw your chin to your chest. Trying to press through your hands, your arms are straight here. Inhale, cow, drop your belly, tilt your tailbone, gaze up. Exhale, cat, draw your navel in, tailbone tucks under, chin tucks to chest. Inhale, cow. And exhale, round for cat. It's a lovely way to bring fluidity to the spine. It's awesome when you wake up in the morning. Just get the body moving subtly. So on your inhale breath, we're going to lift the right arm up and roll out your wrist as you gaze towards your right hand. Look up, draw your navel in. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to draw our right hand through underneath our left arm. So we're threading the needle. And then you bring your right cheek to the mat. You can lengthen out with your left hand, reaching out in front. You feel a nice stretch in the shoulder here. Perfect, you're looking great. Close your eyes and breathe for 3 breaths. So forget about me, forget about the room, forget about the camera. Close your eyes and connect to your breath. Beautiful. We're going to draw the left hand back underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, we lift the right arm up, only as a transition. Exhale, plant the right hand down. Great, then we'll find tabletop again. Looking good. Inhale, left arm lifts. Roll out your wrist, so we balance everything out. Whatever we do on the left, we do on the right. Inhale, find length and reach. Exhale, thread the needle. Left hand comes behind the right arm. Bring your left cheek to touch the mat. Reach out with your right hand. Closing the eyes again, breathing, connecting to your breath. Great. Walk that right hand underneath your right shoulder. Inhale, we lift our left arm up. Exhale, release that down, finding neutral tabletop. Straighten up the spine. Exhale, plant your hands down, step your feet back. We're finding a high plank. The lovely thing here is if you feel this is too much, you can always drop to your knees. Cool. Holding that plank really, really well. Awesome. Release to the belly. And then we set up for a roll over. Untuck your toes. Bring your big toes to touch. Bring your hands in line with your chest. Inhale, roll up. Open your chest. Draw your elbows in. Nice. This is a lovely way, or you can come onto your hands to counteract desk work. So you flexing through your spine, releasing any tension in the shoulders. Release your forehead down.
Roxy, I wish we had so much more time. I want to do 20 more minutes of this because I feel like I'm ready to start my day.
Perfect. Well, we're done. You just have to lift your bums and hips. Then our sun salutation is complete. Brilliant. So let's drop to our knees. And you can do this at home. You can do this before a workout. You can do it after a workout, like we said. Or if you need a little bit of relaxation and a moving meditation to help you get into bed at night, because we all struggle to sleep. I mean, I do.
Well, Roxy Martin, thank you so much for taking me through my first yoga lesson. I'm definitely coming back for more, but that was, of course, to celebrate International Yoga Day that happened yesterday, the 21st of June. Roxy, have a wonderful day further.
Thank you. Namaste. I do have a gift for all the Expresso viewers. I'm giving away a free week of yoga on my platform. You just have to DM me on Instagram and I will pop you a voucher. Thank you.
Well, listen, I am going to pop your DM right now, but like you said, namaste.
Namaste.
Treat yourself and your skin this winter with Optimum Medical Aesthetics. A team of compassionate clinical professionals provide you with an honest face-to-face consultation, creating bespoke treatment plans catered to your individual needs. Whether it's a chemical peel, facial Botox, hairline restoration, or medical weight loss treatments, you'll leave feeling 100% reassured and confident from your very first appointment. Visit OptimumSolutions.co.za now to book your consultation.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning to you. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. The start of a brand new week is ushered in, and thanks for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And we've got to start off right now by saying thank you very much to you, the South African public, because along with the Woolworths Fill a Bag campaign, over 318,000 meals have been donated to those in need so far in this time of crisis. But of course, there are still so many. There's still so many fellow South Africans out there that are desperate for a helping hand, and you can be the daily difference.
Truly. Now, since the campaign started, the Expresso crew have been nominating each other to not only pledge towards the campaign, but also call on friends, families, and colleagues to join in and give back. Leading by example is the best way to set the standard and inspire others to join in and support our cause.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful way to really unite us, as I said, under this time of crisis, to know that when times like this come, we are there for each other.
Yes,
and I think that's the kind of ideal Rainbow Nations we're trying to build.
100%. The spirit of Ubuntu continues here in studio, and also just to bring, some Monday magic and show us just how quick and easy donating is. We've nominated our very own fitness guru, which is Ryle, to make a donation to the Woolworths for a Bag campaign.
Simple, Kuhle. You simply got to scan the QR code, which is right on the screen here. If you don't have a QR code scanner, you can go to your banking app, also scan the code. It's so simple. I've literally got my Snap scan out here. Opening up my camera.
Gonna be quick.
Bam, bam. I've got the QR code over there. Let me just scan that in.
And it's
It
done.
is done. 500 bucks. Let me put that in there.
500 bucks. Look at
Go,
you.
Ryle. Go,
You guys know how
Ryle.
long this goes. I could not.
You heard what Ryle said earlier on. We were
Done.
talking about meal preps.
Yes.
And he's like, you know, back in the day when I was poor, I used to do it like this, but now that I'm rolling in the dough,
from the bottom, right?
Saying that, Kat. I was poor, now I'm just less poor.
I'm playing. Listen, I love the fact that you just showed us how easy it is, and it always just surprised me how quick and easy it is. As soon as your phone just hits that screen and sees that QR code, it snaps it up, and then you are able to donate. But remember, if you don't have SnapScan, then you can also use your banking app to scan the QR code on the screen, or you can visit www.woolworths.co.za /together-we-will for more information on how you can make an EFT donation as well.
Yes, now the evidence is clear as daylight. Shout out to you, Ralph. Thank you for that. As daylight that our collective effort does translate into tangible results felt countrywide. So far, Woolworths has managed to raise 939,093 rands thanks to your collective effort. That's close
amazing.
to 1 million rands.
Yeah. So this means that 1,514 bags donated and 318,336 meals delivered out of their 1 million meal goal. So there's still a long way to go. And of course, we want you to be part of this journey. So make this your good deed for the day and follow Ryle's example by donating today. And of course, thank you very much for your continuous support, South Africa. Challenge your family, challenge your friends, form groups where you can have conversations around this. This is our shared humanity, our shared experience as South Africans during this time of COVID-19. So go out there and make your daily difference.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, it's time to be inspired in the kitchen and make something really, really delicious. And this is because in life, there are 3 guaranteed things. There's life, there's love, and there's the love of chicken. Chef Clem was supposed to join me and help me with all the other 2 things, but there's nothing better than a delicious roast chicken. There's nothing. It's a fact. It's known all over the world. And today we're dressing the chook up with some smoky bacon. Oh, and listen to this. We're stuffing it with portabellini, mushrooms, to take it to a whole new level. And this is a smoky bird that you don't want to miss. And in the kitchen to show us how to do this is the smoking hot Chef Claire.
Wow. Wow.
Well,
Thank
wait.
you.
In life, there are 3 key drivers. Okay, let's try this again. 3 key drivers of life.
Okay.
And what are they? You were telling me
Love.
just before, yeah?
Life
Yeah?
and the love of chicken.
No, but there was 3 things that you listed.
What? No, that's what I did.
Ah, come on. Okay, cool. So we're making something really awesome here, but I know that this is so inspiring. One, because you can get the ingredients quite cheaply.
Daily difference.
Daily difference. Tell me what's on the daily difference today.
So we got our beautiful whole chicken.
Yeah.
And we got our portabellini. You have to use
Portabellini. Yeah.
And we got our beautiful streaky bacon. All on Daily Difference.
They come as a bundle.
You know, you can mix and match. You can mix and match.
Wow.
But these 3 things are on promo right now for Daily Difference.
This is really good. Okay, so there is no excuse to really go out there and take advantage of this Daily Difference special that's running now. So what are you doing now?
So I, a few weeks ago, showed people exactly how to butterfly a chicken.
Yeah, I think
so
it's the most difficult thing.
What I did was remove half of the back, just to where the little oysters are.
Yeah.
And then I split it, and then it's done. Butterfly chicken. If you want, you can do a little slit down the middle, and then you can see, boom, it's open.
And it's done.
Done, that's it.
Nice.
I did this while you were talking, and I got my beautiful Woolies wipes.
Yeah.
Because you got to wash your hands as soon as you're done.
You
And
do.
be like me, pull them all out. Pull out all 100 of them.
Yeah.
And use it. Don't waste in the kitchen, okay?
Doesn't that just happen to everyone?
Thank you for making me feel good.
It's okay.
Thank you for
kid.
making me feel
It
good.
happens to me all the time. Although I am clumsy and I do
me
things
too.
like that, but I mean, you know.
People don't
no one
know
needs
this,
to
but
know.
I am seriously, I trip over cordless phones. I'm clumsy.
Come
I am
on.
clumsy.
So basically, the infrared connection just trips you.
It's enough to trip me up.
Oh, man.
It's
Okay.
true
Well, don't
story.
trip over the bacon strips there. Let's cut them nicely
All right.
so we can stuff them in there.
Yes. So bacon, which I bought on Daily Difference, the streaky bacon. Keep it nice and chunky because bacon does cook down and becomes small the more you cook it, right?
Okay,
So what I want to do is I've got my pan on. I'm going to add the bacon to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be
What's in the pan? You've got
nothing.
no oil.
Nothing for now.
Why?
What I like doing is I actually like adding the bacon to the pan while the pan's still cold.
Oh.
As the pan heats up, it starts rendering out the fat in the bacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right, so
if
that's
you-
our oil, basically.
For sure.
So it just
We are
oils
gonna-
in itself. I
yes.
like that.
We are going to add some oil, but there's flavor in the fat of bacon. Fat carries flavor, which, by the way, so the smokiness of the bacon, you'll actually see there's more smokiness in the fat than in the actual bacon itself.
This is an interesting fact.
If you don't like the gaminess
Yeah.
of lamb, try cutting some of the fat away.
Yeah.
There's more gamey flavor in the fat of lamb than in the meat of lamb.
I never knew that.
Guys,
Never knew that.
the
Stick
fat is the
around
flavor.
Chef Clem, you will
why-
go places and you will know French.
and you will eat well.
And you will
okay.
eat well.
So now imagine like, you can already see some of that fat is starting to render out of the bacon. I like letting my bacon go for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Not too crispy, but the fat must come out.
Yep.
But I'm going to fast forward things. In a little bit of oil.
All right.
And then in with some nice garlic and a lot of garlic. Rosemary going in. Then portobellini mushrooms.
Yeah.
What I like doing is, I mean, instead of chopping mushrooms, I find that as soon as you chop or slice mushrooms, they release a lot of their liquid.
They do.
Okay.
They do have a lot of that watery. They have a lot of water. Is it
Yes, it
water?
does.
Can I call it that?
Exactly. So what I like doing is taking my mushrooms and just tearing them. It's the easiest
Oh,
thing in
so
the
instead
world.
of chopping them, you just do that. You
Yeah.
break them apart.
And there's also a great part where you should like, get the kids involved, get them around the table.
Yeah.
It's not nice, but it could create some association with
Yes.
food and understand what food feels like before you cook it.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
is a great part. So if Graham was here, get little young Jack to do this, just tear the
Yeah.
mushrooms into the dish.
Yeah.
And you, the father figure, just asking people to do, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The thing is, Kat's been cooking a lot, and I hope he's looking at this and he's taking some notes. He has been cooking up a storm literally almost every day. If you go on
has
social
been.
media, he's cooking. Get Jack, not Jack, Phoenix involved. Phoenix involved. Get Phoenix involved in creating a magical dish one of these days. We want to see it.
But Kat has been cooking a lot, and he comes to the studio in the morning and he shows me.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if man's got a cooking show coming out soon.
It has been inspiring. It has been.
It's been great. Okay, so once you cook your mushrooms and your bacon and your rosemary and your garlic down, you get this.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna stuff this under the chicken skin.
Oh, under the chicken
Under.
skin.
So what you do first is kind of loosen the skin with your hands, get it in
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Make sure you work your way down to the thigh and the leg as well.
Okay.
And then you just start filling it in there.
Really, you
can
are
use
like a
spoon.
plastic surgeon.
I did want to become a plastic surgeon.
Just
when
your
I was younger.
technique and your manner with
Yeah.
with skin in that way.
You've got to just do it. So like I said, I did want to become a plastic surgeon and a pastor. No, true story, true story. But then I opted for becoming a chef. I'm going to heal the people with my food instead, yeah.
Really, such extreme choices and options you had. Pasta or plastic surgeon. So once you've stuffed it all in there,
Okay. So
what
imagine
do
you've
you
done
do?
that, got it all in there.
Yeah.
So now it goes to the little bit of a glaze on the outside with a little bit of olive oil. You season it. I'm coming right now because I want to get it out the oven. You can actually maybe follow me to the oven. You can just turn around.
I'll just turn around. Yes, it smells so delicious and it smells so ready to be eaten. Bring that chicken here.
Bring the chicken. South Africa, this is your next roast chicken dish.
That.
This is amazing. With
Pair
some-
it with whatever it is that you want to pair it with. We've
Uh-huh.
decided to go with some potatoes. Look at how lovely they look. It's beautiful, beautiful, and a beautiful marriage on a plate. If you want this recipe, go on our website, www.expressoshow.com. We've got a list of all these ingredients that you can find at Woolworths under their daily deals promotion, and you cannot go wrong. This is easy to make, but I can tell you there's
So
nothing
easy.
simple
Yeah.
about the recipe itself. It's
For
just
sure.
next level. So be inspired and go make it. Happy eating, everybody. This looks so good.
Okay. So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. This is your feel-good kickstart to a brand new week. But we can feel as good as we want right now, but we've got to take on board that we are all collectively going through a very, very difficult time whilst South Africa is slowly transitioning out of total lockdown into more relaxed regulations, especially today when we look at some small businesses being able to reopen. It's been a tough time, and we cannot forget that a fair portion of the nation still remains severely impacted.
Absolutely, and to support those in need, Nedbank have stepped in to make it incredibly easy for their clients to support the government's Solidarity Fund. Now, the funds collected will be used for the prevention, the detection, care and support for those whose lives have been disrupted.
And it has been a massive disruption. So if you are a Nedbank client, you can contribute to the Solidarity Fund simply by donating your Greenback rewards. That's brilliant. It won't cost you a cent, but your contribution will make a massive difference to someone else who is in desperate need right now. It's as easy as a few clicks, and all you have to do is visit the Nedbank Greenbacks website or the Nedbank Money app, something I use on the daily, and it really is so simple.
Plus, if you are American Express card members, they can also donate their reward points to the Solidarity Funds by visiting the Membership Rewards website. It's as easy as that. So let's please make helping each other a habit. We can all do it. We all need to do it right now because it is all about giving back.
Yeah, just think about someone else right now. Now, with all the constraints of lockdown, let's take a look at this innovative series of events that a company is putting together that they really did take events to an entirely new level despite all these constraints.
You're still with your Feel Good Breakfast show. It is Expresso here on SABC3. Now, think fast and adapt. This is exactly what it takes to survive in these trying times. I mean, we've heard it. The events industry in South Africa has been one of the hardest hit by the impact of the quarantine measures. And that's why Penguin, an agency with over 2 decades of experience in activations and event marketing, had to quickly adapt to the restrictions of lockdown in order to survive and do what they do best.
Now, through this, the talented team of activation enthusiasts launched the all-new Suzuki Expresso into South Africa. This morning, we chat to Penguin Managing Director Veronica Weinstein on how she adapted the events industry during these trying and difficult times. A very good morning to you, Veronica. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Veronica, let's start here. Who is Penguin, and what is it exactly that your agency does? I mean, you've been doing it for 2 decades now.
Yeah, we have. So Penguin is now, this is actually our 20th year in business. August will be our birthday. And we're an ad agency that offers the full spectrum of services. So everything from above the line through to online, as well as below the line, which is where the activations and events piece come in. We're about a team of 45 people at the moment, and they are family. I love them to bits. And they really work every single day. We have a pretty amazing group of clients as well that we've had really long relationships with. So, you know, it really feels like a family type business.
And we love to hear that here on Expresso. What does pivoting a business mean, though? And what can you give us an example of in terms of how you've been able to help a client adapt to the current circumstances?
So, I mean, pivoting business at the moment is very much a buzzword, and I think it's come under extreme circumstances that people have had to just adapt and change their game plans. And that's been something that's really challenging for a lot of businesses. So I have to say that we're really blessed that we were able to pivot our business. That's really an entrepreneurial spirit. I think you have to be able to quickly make decisions and change the business around. So a very quick example of that is when we launched the Suzuki Expresso, we had prepped the entire event. So we were down in Cape Town, the whole team was there, they'd set up venues, caterers, the whole bang shoot. And on the Monday night, the president announced that by Thursday we would be on full lockdown. So, yeah, I mean, the client had, guests out from India, from Japan, and we were now expecting journalists from all around the country to be flying to Cape Town for this launch event, do a ride and drive in the cars, the whole bang shoot. And Suzuki instantaneously said it would be completely irresponsible of us to do that. If the whole country is going on lockdown, this is absolutely a pandemic. We need to make sure that not only are our staff and our suppliers safe, but we've got to make sure that we treat our journalists and guests exactly the same way. So in 48 hours, we took an actual live event into an online live event. We quickly made together a teaser video. We broadcast that on social media, told people that we were going to launch at a certain time and that they should check in for the live broadcast of it. We then had one of the clients filming himself in the ride and drive, so again, a safe environment. It was him with a mounted camera, talking about the car, talking about the features. And then on the Wednesday night, we went live to social media audience. And it went just so smoothly. It spoke about the pricing of the car, where it's positioned in the market, gave them an impression of what it looks like, and then still filmed this empty venue afterwards to show everybody that this was completely live. It was just amazing thinking on the client's behalf. I think a very brave and bold move. And they were quick to react. And I think my team responded phenomenally. They just got involved and got it done.
Veronica, I am stuck on 48 hours. I mean, that is just absolutely mind-blowing. But the big question is, was the event, in the way that you did it and turned it around in 48 hours, a success in the end?
So it was phenomenal, and I think it's partly because people were now locked in their homes, so we had this really captive audience, but also just the way that it was done, and I think it was actually like a first in the country to be able to, flip an event like that. So the results have been phenomenal. We pretty much outsold all of our competitors this last month.
Wow.
The coming in on the websites have been insane. It's actually been a higher response than we've had on any other launch in the past. So, and look, the product also lends itself to that. It's a dynamic little buggy, and it's really, really cool to drive, and it's funky. And so, I think it's all just a recipe for success. So it's been amazing.
Well, we love it. We've got one of those cars outside here in the parking lot, so we can attest to the fact that it is stunning. And of course, a launch of that particular car would fly anywhere.
Absolutely correct. But Veronica, what does this mean for the future of events? Do you think that certain events and activations will have to go more digital?
We can't necessarily predict the future, but I think if everything ran smoothly and according to plan, it would be a very boring world. And I believe as human beings, we are built to make solutions, to come up with solving problems. And so I definitely think the events industry is going to be impacted, and I think it'll be for quite a while still. But there are absolutely ways of being able to flip that around and make sure that you're still getting good coverage, good exposure for your clients, an engaged type of event, and something that the audience can really enjoy. I think it's broadened our thinking, and I think it's allowed us to be a lot more creative, which is every agency's dream. So it's scary, it's uncertain, but in the same token, I think there's a lot of good that can come out of it.
Well, let's talk about your message to businesses that are currently walking a tightrope because of the lockdown. As an agency that has been able to stretch themselves and express their creativity in the way that you've done for Suzuki, what would you say to those businesses?
I think this is an amazing opportunity to be able to stretch yourselves and to be able to really make an impact to multiple people in multiple channels. I think that it's in a time like this that it really shows your true colors as a business owner, how you are with your staff, how you are with your clients, and how you're able to quickly change what it is that you do to still make it a beautiful business. I think it's a opportunity to, without sounding lame, express yourself. Go out there and do it and be bold and be brave and, you know, conquer new realms and whatever it takes.
Love it, love it.
Veronica Weinstein, Managing Director of Penguin, thank you so much for joining us this morning and just, you know, sharing your experiences, particularly during these trying times, for also inspiration for other agencies who may be going through, you know, difficult and uncertain times. We hope that you have a fantastic morning further.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Well, without a doubt, difficult and uncertain times may be challenging, and yes, they are, but being able to adapt to your environment is very important for any type of business. Take those words of Veronica and run with them.
Let you go. You've taken me from the miry clay and set my feet up on the rock, and now I know I love you, I need you, and though my world may fall, I'll never let you go. My Savior, my closest friend, I will worship you until the very end. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, oh, lover of
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's a Monday morning. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So good to be in your company. Thanks for joining us. We're in the kitchen right now. And right now, look at this. Introducing this delicious Be Well Mediterranean spiced tomato dish. A great recipe to make and be enjoyed throughout the week as well. And whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or even just used as the base sauce for a favorite pasta of yours, there's different ways that you can spin this one. And I can tell you right now, just from this distance from it, it smells amazing. It looks delicious. I think this could be what I'm doing this week, all week.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you didn't, not even doing it like for breakfast today.
Just like, how about every day?
Why not?
All right, so what do we need to make this particular dish?
Okay, so I've got some one onion in this pan here. You
Yes.
can see they're screaming and thirsty for a little bit of more oil, so I'm going to add some canola oil. They
Yes.
need a little bit more, so just turning up the heat. I've made them a beautiful golden color, so you
Yes.
want to get it to that point before you add the rest of the ingredients.
Okay, good.
So we've got a red pepper that we've thinly sliced. You don't want it too thick because you want everything to cook down at the same time.
And of course, if you want to know how to slice them that thin, you can of course look back at our knife skills live broadcast that we did on our Facebook page. It was absolutely brilliant. I still refer to it every now and then when I just need to like sharpen up on my technique.
Okay.
Brilliant way
Nice,
to
yeah, so
make yourself
bad.
feel like a chef, if you will. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's actually been doing really well. I'm very, very,
Yeah.
very impressed. Okay.
Okay.
So that's gone in. Then we're going to add a little bit of garlic.
Mhm.
So the recipe says 6 whole cloves, but it doesn't stipulate what to do with them. I just found nice and finely grated, or you could chop them up, or if you do want to put them in whole, just remember to take them out at the end because you don't want to bite into a massive clove of garlic.
Okay, all right, good.
So that's just my little chef tip on the garlic.
But I like what you've done there, grating it so finely because it spreads evenly throughout the entire dish. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, well done. So then you're going to add some of your tomato paste.
Lovely strong tomato flavor there.
Yes, so there's lots of tomato going in. So it's like a tomato Mediterranean dish. So again, Mediterranean, big on that is cumin. We've got paprika, also very big in the Mediterranean, and some turmeric. Adds a lovely color, also great benefits to it. And some chili powder, so
And
just for
some
that
chili powder.
kick.
All right, all of those beautiful spices mingling and mixing together in that wonderful pan to create the delicious flavor profile
Exactly.
of this dish. You can find the recipe on our website, expressoshow.com.
I like how you use flavor profile, because you know how important that is to know your flavor profiles and which flavor profiles go together and match beautifully. So
in chef school, right? Do you have to take a test on that? Is there like a book?
Yep.
Oh.
I will actually bring it to you one day. There's a whole chapter on flavor profiles when it comes to certain profiles, the smelling of it, pairing each profile with certain things. And you know, it's those daring chefs that get the flavor profiles, like they really push the boundaries and they get it right somehow.
Wow.
So yeah, that's once you know your flavor profiles, you can actually cook anything from your fridge. You're just like, hey, I know that tomato and cumin go well together. It's a Mediterranean thing. It's been done for years. Hey, let's whip up a beautiful dish. It's so simple.
I've always wondered, as I continue to explore, my journey in the culinary arts, and I'm trying to, be a bit more of a refined cook than just putting together a scrambled egg. I've always wondered, how do chefs know that something goes with something? Is it just something that a chef is born with? But now that you're telling me that there's an entire chapter in your studies that is dedicated to that, I'm like, okay, cool. So I can learn it too.
You literally train your palate. So we were forced to train our palate. So our lecturer...
You make it sound like it was hurtful. Why is your palate not clean?
I promise you, it was hurtful when you got a 0. So you needed to know.
Fair enough.
So you let this cook down, guys, for about 10 to 15 minutes. You'll see it gets nice and tomatoey and rich. You can add a splash of water. Take your egg, you crack it in almost like a shakshuka. Crack it in, let it cook beautifully. We've served it with some salt and pepper, some fresh coriander. You could do parsley if you wanted to. And there we go, breakfast, dinner, or lunch.
That looks so good. I mean, I'd be scared to kind of have the yolk break over some of those sharp edges of the the green peppers. But like you said, you'd cook that down first for a while, and then only would you then add it. Otherwise, you can make your fried eggs on the side if you like. But this is a better way of doing it.
You could do it either side. So if you mentioned right in the beginning that you could have this as a pasta sauce, what I would recommend is just to add a little more stock, because it does cook down and does get a little bit more dry. Then you could blitz it up or keep it whole and chunky, depending on what your vibe is. And you could serve it up with some pasta. Super simple.
Wonderful stuff. Nicole, thank you very much. Always appreciate, and of course, meal prep in minutes, done just like this. And that's what we're talking about today. So to get this recipe and many more, you can also head on to bewellfoods.co.za to download your free immune-boosting cookbook to enjoy in the comfort of your very own home. And the recipes range from starters to sweet to savory, and all loaded, of course, with the goodness of Be Well.
Well, listen, the Feel Good continues right here on the show. Jared Ricketts and Roderick McKay is still here for your Gospel Mondays. Early on, you did an amazing performance. And in a bit of a moment, you're going to be performing your next song, which is Jesus, Lover of My Soul. So you want to stick around for that. But we also asked you on social media what you thought of the performance, and people came through with all their comments. What did some people have to say?
Yes, this one comes from Maria. She says, love, love, love it. You really are amazing. Red hearts all the way for both of you guys. You are incredible. The next one comes from Antoine. She says, good morning, Jared Ricketts. Love your music. Very uplifting for a feel-good morning. Loving it. Have a blessed and safe day. We hope the same for you too, Angeline. And last but not least, Daphne says, very appropriate to start off the week. And truly so, man. All the love coming from social media for both of you.
Absolutely. We can't wait for the next moment. What does this moment feel like? I'm just looking at this now. A year ago, we were all standing together, auditioning for Presenter Session 3. Here we are. You are now performing. What does it feel like, Jared?
You know, it's a full circle moment. I mentioned this before, but I feel like I'm home. And I'm proud of the both of you for what you've done with your careers. And I will continue to say this, you are a shining example of what's possible when you work hard and you believe in yourself, especially to all the females out there.
Aww. Bless your heart. Well, don't go anywhere. Jesus, Lover of My Soul, up in just a moment with Jared. I think we should practice. Here we go. Jesus,
Lover of my soul.
Jesus, I will never let you go.
What? Don't go anywhere, anybody.
Yeah.
Hi, Jared. Wow, I love that.
Jared, I think that South Africa is ready for you. Here, Jared Ricketts is with Jesus, lover of my soul, everybody.
Jesus, lover of my soul. Jesus, I will never let you go. You've taken me from the miry clay and set my feet upon the rock, and now I know I love you, I need you, and though my world may fall, I'll never let you go. My Savior, my closest friend, I will worship you until the very end. Oh, Jesus, oh, lover of my soul. Jesus, I will never let you go. You've taken me from the miry clay and set my feet upon the rock, and now I know I love you, I need you, and though my world may fall, I'll never let you go. My Savior, my closest friend, I will worship you until the very end. My Savior, my closest friend, I will worship you until the very
What a performance. What a way to get into a brand new week. Thank you so much, Jared Ricketts. All of that has really just revived and refreshed our spirits and put them at a maximum capacity. I love it.
Truly the best way to start off the day and the week, right?
Indeed, guys. Refreshing the spirit, indeed, like Tubbs just said, and we're about to refresh the mind and the body later on in the show, of course. You guys need to stay tuned for that. We're doing an incredible yoga session, and I know you guys are going to love it indeed, yeah?
Jamie Lee, how was your morning?
My morning has been amazing, so uplifted. I can't, change a Monday. Mondays has just been a whole another level thanks to Jared Ricketts and Roderick McKay.
Awesome show. We'll catch you guys on Expresso Morning Show, SABC 3 for our Facebook Live. It's a live stream of a yoga session with Raul de Mone. Cheers, guys.
See you there.
Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.